Our tail of tape for this featherweight matchup, 36 years of age. That's what Sean's been talking about, how long Daniel Weichel's been doing this against the 26-year young Pedro Carvalho.
Ready to fight? Ready to fight? Let's go!
If this is the first time you've seen Daniel Weichel fight and you're wondering about the nickname, yes, it's because of the resemblance to the Rapper Drake. He promised us more explosiveness, but we saw it's a part of Bellator history, John, and you were 6 inches from it. It almost feels like the one time in his professional life he got careless, and it cost him the championship.
You know, he was so close to beating Pitbull on that night. He had Pitbull hurt, and it was the end of the round. He thought he actually thought I stopped the fight, but no, it wasn't, and he came out and he tried to put him away and made the mistake.
That's important you said that. For people who just saw that video, you couldn't hear the bell. Yeah. So it looked like visually a stoppage, and immediately.
Look at that, Daniel Weichel taking the back beautifully.
Oh, he is so slick.
Carvalho in trouble right now.
Very early in the round, no sweat on the fighters.
And that is exactly what you're talking about. There is no sweat right here. When your arm gets caught like it is right now, he's unable to defend. He got his arm free. But when you have that stickiness right now, you can't just slide things out and get free. Pedro needs to just take his time. He keeps on reaching for the leg, and he needs to stop doing that at this moment. Protect your neck, start to drive his weight up, get high on Weichel.
Remember, Carballo hadn't been stopped in 7 years, and now has been stopped in back-to-back fights.
Weichel got his black belt jiu-jitsu from Dean Thomas, who was a head coach at ATT forever, a fantastic fighter and an even better coach.
Daniel Weichel got a big surprise after his last fight with Keone Diggs at Mohegan Sun. His wife Lisa had a little surprise for him when the fight was over. She said, guess what, you're going to be a dad again. Didn't want to tell him during training. I asked him, he said he was glad she kept the secret.
Carvalho keeps on bringing that left kick, which he likes to use so much. He'll bring it to the body, he'll bring it up high, and he needs to do that with Weichel. He needs to keep Weichel aware of, hey, I'm gonna hit you with this, so you cannot just step in on me. I'm gonna keep on kicking you to the body. You're gonna have to defend, and I'm gonna force you in the direction that I want you to go.
Carvalho talked about a leap of faith. Grew from his native Portugal. As he says, could have been anywhere in the world. He chose here. Essentially knocked on the door at SPG.
There was a clean right hand landed by Weichel, but
yeah,
Carvalho has landed two right hands and a clean left. He's touching Weichel. He needs to be sure to keep that head. He keeps on keeping it on the center line.
Big shot. That's what happens when you don't. Certainly has been, as promised, a little less conservative Daniel Weichel in round one.
Well, that's because Carvalho's been pushing him and giving him opportunities also. And just like I was saying, you could see that Carvalho keeps his head on the center line. It is a mistake. You cannot continually do that. A guy is going to read that and be able to counter you and hit you, and that's what happened here.
Daniel Weichel has 22 career victories by submission, hunting for it.
Nice. Reversal by Pedro Carvalho.
These fans know their stuff or what? That has to be another part of the evolution you have witnessed, is the fans understanding what's happening.
Oh, it's been remarkable because in the beginning, as soon as the fight hit the ground, they were like, stand it up. And it was like, you know, this guy's going to end this fight in about 10 seconds, just so you know. But the education of the crowd is amazing of what they know, they understand. Big shot.
Yeah, Weichel relaxed for a second. Now he's taking an elbow and a shoulder strike. Small cut, you can see.
You know, both guys have had their moments in this round. Weichel's had the bigger moments. Pedro's been in more trouble at times. Interesting round.
Stop!
Had a lot of those tonight.
Here comes a knockdown right there. Quick right hand hits the temple. Carballo hits his butt. Watch that right hand. Boom, right on the temple. Kind of stuns him, a little bit off balance. You can see his eyes coming back towards Weichel. So he has not been, you know, the wires have not been separated. He's still there. And then right at the end, beautiful job. Controls the arms, brings the elbow. Nice shoulders.
Round 2.
One of the things we really need to look for in this round shot is the head movement of Carballo. When he throws, he's got to take his head, bring it off center, either to the left or right, depending upon what he's throwing. But if he continues to keep it in the center line, Weichel is technically proficient. He's going to take advantage of it, and he's going to hurt it. Oh, good left
overhead left.
That landed flush. That hurt Weichel. Oh, and again.
Weichel answers with a big right. Carballo down, trying to stay safe. Hanging on until he clears the cobwebs. So Weichel's landed some big shots here in the first half of this fight. Weichel has never been a knockout fighter. This is always where he's done his work. He's right here. Got the hooks in.
Nice job of getting the back again. Pedro is very proficient on the ground. He's comfortable here. So this is not terrible for him, but when you get that arm trap a la BJ Penn, you could be in trouble. And you can see Weichel is starting to look towards the arm bar. Nice job of giving up on that. Was not going to be there. Goes right back to controlling the back. Nice job by Pedro. You see him taking that foot on the outside.
In the evolution that we always talked about, submission defense has to be very high on that list.
Oh my God! Before, you know, guys had no idea how to stop certain things, or would actually lead towards giving, you know, the arm bar by trying to stand up and things like that. They're so much smarter, so much better now. The game's just evolved.
Two fighters coming up next in their mid-20s, and James Gallagher and Patchy Mix. Started so young, with such ridiculous skills at their age. Trying that left knee.
So you can still see Pedro is, although he's okay, his balance is not back to what it was. And that's because of the shots that he's taken. Nice left hand that he landed right there. He needs to move that head.
This is the least careful Daniel Weichel I think I have seen in a long time.
And that's because he's being forced.
Yes.
You know, there's a pressure coming towards him. And we talked to Carballo about, look, you were starting to bring so much pressure. It was too much, and it was leading you into trouble. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to stop that. That has not happened. He keeps doing it.
I find there's often a significant difference between a fighter in fighter interviews
and
what actually happens when the fight starts.
Carballo's got this if he can swing that leg out. Weichel being able to defend well. Pedro being very effective when he grabs around the head. You see him grabbing towards the ear. Oh,
good left.
That was a big left. Weichel's got a problem right now. He is stunned. See, this is where Pedro needs to be smart. Step off, bring your head off to the center, throw that left hook again. Excuse me, it'd be a straight overhand left. Now what would be the left hook?
There it is.
He is tagging.
Carvalho has turned this fight around here late in the second round, landing some big shots.
And he's got it. He's on his heels. There's a lot of volume coming his way. Weichel needs to turn this around, get a hold of him, slow it down.
Which is exactly what he does. And you can see the toll that these 10 minutes have taken on both guys. Clubbing left by Carvalho. He has really put Weichel on the defensive here in the last 2 minutes.
Weichel, he's tired.
But he's made it to the end of round 2.
Take a look right here. Nice left hand by Carballo. Watch where see how he just keeps his head on the center line. You saw that little kick. And instead of just bringing his head off to the center line, he left it. That's why he got tagged. Same thing with Weichel here. Weichel comes with the knee. Nice job by Carvalho. Beautiful left, right. Goes after him here, and he lit him up. That was a beautiful left hand.
The two guys with their eyes on the title. Really interesting conversation with James Gallagher the other day.
Yeah, he's fun and he's got such an attitude about just being great, and he wants to be great. He knows he's got to work his butt off to get there. The question is, can he get there? Nice uppercut by Carballo.
Leg kick connects. Combination from Carballo. Well, he has touched Weichel every possible way. Now Weichel changes levels to try to change where this fight is happening.
Yeah, the crowd is booing, and it was a brilliant move by Daniel Weichel to take him off his feet at that moment. He was starting to get touched.
Weichel is a savant and advancing position from here. He's taking a lot of damage where Carvalho gives his back.
He does, because he keeps on getting out. He's able to remove that leg, but there goes Weichel. I was going to say, when you pick that up, you're setting yourself up for a body triangle. You need to be careful.
While you try to turn out of it.
Weichel doesn't have anything here. Even though he's got the arm, he doesn't have anything with it.
Now, throughout the night, we've seen a ton of guys do damage from the bottom. Weichel isn't here.
Now, especially with where he's putting his hands, trying to hold on. Right now, he's trying to keep from being damaged. You can see the overhooks. You know, some guys, in the fight game, some guys are Ferraris, some guys are Corvettes, some guys are tractors. Doesn't matter about their weight. Pedro Carvalho is a tractor. He just keeps coming forward, and you can't stop it at times. You think you get a position on him, and all of a sudden he's turning the corner, and he just starts running forward, and he's just grinding you up.
This is minute 13 of a fight in which both guys have taken big shots that would have ended fights against other competition. Exactly what Carvalho needed.
He does need to. Right now, you see Weichel putting feet on hips. Smart move. Trying to tilt. Beautiful tilt to get him off. Wasn't able to hold the position, but it was a beautiful job of getting back to his feet by Daniel Weichel.
On the feet, it was advantage Weichel in round 1, but heavy shots landed with that left from Carvalho in round 2.
Daniel's starting to reach a lot. That takes a lot of gas out of you. That's a beautiful kick right to the solar plex. When you're breathing hard, that happens.
Weichel, the level change, you see, he just doesn't have the drive behind that takedown attempt that he had early.
He's tired. Only a minute 15 left in the round, but Both guys pushing hard.
Two of the best at 145, and they have put on a show here through 14 minutes. For all the technical proficiency, this was a street fight.
Yeah, both guys have had their moments, Sean. They've landed big shots. They have hurt each other, but they've always come back with it. You got to be impressed with it. Right now, Pedro needs to be careful. He's got the takedown. He's got to be careful of his neck.
This is the toughest round to call, and this is the round that's going to decide it, we think. Ooh, so you want to be an MMA judge.
No one said it's easy.
This was great stuff. Old line and young in the featherweight division. Weichel takes a late shot. They're going to go all the way to the bell. An instant classic between Daniel Weichel and Pedro Carvalho.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 non-stop rounds of action, we'll go to your judges' scorecards, where all 3 judges, Chris Lee, Ron McCarthy, Ben Cartledge, all seated exactly the same, 29-28, for the winner by unanimous decision, Pedro